pause your scrolling. Because this story made an entire country panic. In 1985, firemen across the UK began noticing something impossible. They would walk into homes completely destroyed by fire. Walls collapsed, furniture reduced to ash, ceilings blackened with smoke. And then, hanging on a scorched wall, perfectly untouched, was a painting of a crying boy. At first, it seemed like a coincidence. One house fire in Yorkshire. The investigator was confused. Everything burned, except that cheap, mass-produced print. But then, it happened again and again. Different towns, different families, same painting. Over 50 house fires, all linked to the same image. Firefighters began whispering about it. One woman, terrified, decided to test it herself. She threw her copy into a backyard bonfire. She watched the flames surround it. They licked the edges, curled the corners, and then they died out. The paper refused to burn. When The Sun published the story, the country spiraled. People ripped the paintings off their walls. Some smashed the frames. Others claimed they saw shadows moving in their hallways at night. Some swore they smelled smoke. When nothing was burning, thousands mailed their paintings away. Fire stations didn't even want them inside. But here's where it gets darker. It wasn't just that the paintings survived the fire. It was who the boy really was. The artist was Giovanni Bragolin, and the child in the painting was rumored to be an orphan, nicknamed the Devil's Child. And when people started digging into his past, they uncovered a secret, one the artist took to his grave. And if you think the fire was the scariest part, you're not ready for what comes next. Follow for part 2. Why did a simple piece of art cause thousands of people to line the streets and set fire to their own belongings? To understand the curse of a crying boy, you have to look at the child behind the canvas. The artist was Giovanni Bragolin, real name Bruno Amadio. In the 1960s, he was living in Madrid, and that's where he allegedly found him, a young orphan wandering the streets alone. The boy never spoke, never smiled, never cried in front of anyone. He just stared. His name was Don Bonillo. And according to legend, a local priest gave a chilling warning. Stay away from that child. Wherever he goes, fires follow. But the artist ignored it. He painted the boy anyway, brushstroke after brushstroke, capturing those hollow, tear-filled eyes. The painting became a worldwide hit. Thousands of copies sold, hanging in homes across Europe. And then, the artist's studio burned to the ground, completely destroyed. Everything gone. Except the paintings of a crying boy. And the child? He disappeared. Years later, reports claimed he died in a horrific car crash. The vehicle burst into flames. Nothing survived. By Halloween 1985, fear had taken over the UK. After reports by The Sun, people demanded answers. So the newspaper did something unthinkable. They organized a mass bonfire. Thousands of people handed over their paintings. Firefighters built a massive pyre under strict supervision. The flames roared into the night sky. Witnesses say the paintings took hours longer to burn than they should have. Some even claimed the eyes seemed to watch as the fire consumed them. And when the ashes cooled, the panic faded. But the legend didn't. Because to this day, thousands of these prints still exist, sitting in dusty attics, hidden in antique shops, leaning against flea market stalls. So if one day you see a crying boy staring at you from across a crowded market, don't stare back. Don't take it home. Just keep walking. Because you really don't want to find out if your house is next.